So we have checked the billing part, and then we have checked the conversions, sorry, conversions, that is the tracking for the CPA bidding. And now we have till measurement we have done it. Bulk actions. The purpose of bulk actions is to perform a same task on all the campaigns. Let's say increasing the budget or setting a budget at the daily level, increasing the CPC. So you have a common task which is applicable for multiple campaigns. Then you'll be using this feature. So these are all advanced features of AdWords which is useful only when you have got several campaigns set up. If you have got 8, 10, 15, 20 campaigns, we can do everything manually. But you have got several hundreds of campaigns and you need to have an automized way. With click of a button, you want multiple actions to be taken, then you will be using these features. So when I click here, I get 3 options. One is the rules. So under bulk action, there is rules, scripts and uploads. Let us see one by one each of them. Scripts will require technical knowledge on .gs. So GS is a programming language which is similar to JavaScript, but it is used in the Google interface, in the mobile apps and all that. First, we will go with the rules. So let's say that I want to frame a rule for all the campaigns. I click on plus. So what is the rule you have got? My rule is at a campaign level or ad group level, or the keyword rule, ad rule, display keyword rule. So many options are there. Let's say that the rule is applicable at campaign level. What is the name of the rule that you want to set? Action. Pause the campaign, change budget, enable campaigns. So I want the action to be taken as change the budget. So what is the new budget that you want to have? Average daily budget, or you want to set the campaign total budget. Let's say daily spending. I want to increase or decrease, or I want to set a new budget altogether. The previous budget will override with this new one. So the new budget that I want to have is 2000, not 1000. Or you may be having a variation budget. Campaign A you might have set 2000, campaign B you might have set 1000, campaign C you might have set 500. Then you can even go with increased budget. Increase the budget in percentage form. Okay. So, but there is a limit that don't cross the limit of 1000 rupees, 3000 rupees a day. So under 3000 rupees, all the campaign budget will get increased by 50%. Now you may have one campaign, you may have 100 campaigns, you may have got 1000, and we have seen in the previous class up to 10,000 campaigns you can run. Under each campaign, 20,000 ad groups can be created. So apply to all the campaigns or selected campaigns. So you can select specific campaigns, or by default it is all. Okay. These are all the campaigns here. So conditions are applicable to all the campaigns. Any specific condition you have got where the performance or CTR is so and so, engagement is so and so. So frequency. So between what time do you want to check this budget? So daily from at 6 p.m. You can say today, and while that this action is being taken, if there is any error found, then you will be notified through the email, or every time that there is any change in the rule, you will be notified. Now why this? Because we have seen that we can add multiple users. So maybe that this campaign or this account belongs to a group, you are working in a team. So whoever may be doing the changes at a campaign level, everybody has to get notified to it. So what all email IDs are there who are working in the group, all that you can mention here, so that any change happens, you will be notified, whether it is an error or change, whatever. Save. So this is one rule that we have created, which is through the wizard system. The same thing can be done even through Google Sheets and even through code. Through code it is .gs code. The rule will be shown here. And once the rule is running, what is the result? And previously what all rules you have created, how that has changed over time, you can see here. Because we do not have any previous set rules, so this we won't be able to see. Okay, till this loads. For bulk action, we have got another option called as scripts. As I click here, click on plus, I need to code it. So this code is done in .gs, which is similar to JavaScript. That is working fine. So code.gs. So here you'll have to frame the code for add group, campaign, whatever. So this requires technical skills. Now this option is through Excel sheet. When I click on plus, it will tell me to upload the Excel sheet. So there's a how to write the code in the Google Sheet. There's a template mentioned here. So do you want to write the code at campaign level, ad group level, text add, keyword? Let's say that I want to have it at a keyword. So I click on Excel. Now based on this template, I need to put the code, put the values row by row. What is the action that you want to take? Add, edit or remove keyword. So whether you want to enable or remove or pause it. Okay. Then some examples are given here. Wherever it is written optional, these fields are optional. Wherever it is required, these are mandatory. So keyword, what is the keyword that you want to add? Okay. So what is the label that you want to use? So some examples are already shown here. Then whether it is an exact match, broad match or phrase match. Cost per view. What is the destination URL? Okay. So once that you have fixed all these values, you can directly upload it. So all this is only when you have plenty of accounts, and I would never recommend to go use any automized way. Every campaign has got its own requirement. So you can't brush all the campaigns with the same brush. You can't paint all the campaigns with the same brush. So though that all these options are provided, but hardly anyone uses it. But if you have got common type of clients, let's say you are working with all the e-commerce giants, like say Amazon, or talk about say Flipkart, Snapdeal. Now sometimes, generally during festive events, they have a common rule. Example, there is a Diwali, festive season. They all may want to increase the budget by 20-30%. No one want to miss that festive opportunity, New Year, something like that. So that is where these rules will come into picture. But you have one client who is into training, other client who is into e-commerce business, third client who is into packers and movers. So this type of variation business, I don't think any rule will come as common. But in case it does, then these are the options that you can use. Coming to the shared library, we have seen how to add the locations, and below that we were choosing the keywords, demographics. There we had the option that add audience. Now what is this audience? And I talked about remarketing. So remarketing is very important. That is possible through audience manager. So remarketing is nothing but you are displaying the ad to the people who have already visited your page. So you want to display maybe your new product to your existing customers. You may want to display a new offer maybe to the app users. You may want to promote your new video to the people who have already seen your YouTube videos before. So this is a very useful feature among all. So shared library will define an audience, and this audience can be set as a targeted these audience can be targeted for any particular ad. Right now, till now, what did we do? We selected the audience according to the gender or the age and various parameters. But I want that kind of crowd which are from these 5 websites, which are from these 3 selected YouTube channels. So that kind of confined targeted people, let's say moneycontrol.com is my direct competitor. I want to target ad to those people who have visited moneycontrol.com recently. That kind of targeting I cannot do at campaign level. There I only have the keywords and all those options. But it is possible through shared library. So what are the audience that you are creating here while you create a campaign? So there in the demographic, one option will come as audience rather than targeting the gender, rather than targeting specific users according to the age. You can target according to the audience that you have created here. So we'll create one audience, but before that, one important statement about remarketing. So remarketing is a very powerful feature. Displaying or targeting. You might have already experienced that. Once you have visited Amazon.com or any such particular product page, then next time any website that you open, you'll always find those product ads, what you have visited. So that is all nothing but the remarketing. So this is an advanced feature and very useful feature, has got good response. So let's see how do we use it. So I click on audience manager. Click on plus. These are all the ones which I have created before. So is it the website visitors or YouTube visitors, app users that you want to target? Let's say that I want to target website visitors. So what is the audience name? Let's say my competitor or my visitors to my competitor sites. See, this is some exclusive advantage what you have in digital marketing over traditional. This you can't do it in the offline marketing, whether it is boarding, hoarding, television channel. So ZTV. If Star Network goes to ZTV and says that please display my Star Network ad into your website, you would never agree because it's a direct competitor even at a higher price. But here we can legally. Whoever is my competitor, some list of chain of websites they have got. So all those people who have visited this basket of websites, I want to target my ad only to them. Every rupee spent on this is worth, because these are the people who have visited your competitor, means they are actually interested in the course. In my case, it is course like anything. So Amazon may want to target the people who have visited Flipkart. Amazon may want to target the people who have visited Snapdeal, Paytm. So it is useful for that. At the same time, it is also useful to target that to the people who have already shown interest in your website before. Here I am giving as competitor websites. So visitors of a page, any particular page, if they have visited, you want to target them, or any page in that website. Visitors to a page who did not visit another page, visitors who also visited another page, visitors of a page with a specific tag, visitors of a page with a specific dates. So I have visitors of a page who also visited another page. Okay. So what is that page URL? That contains or equals or start exact URL if I want to give. If it is remarketing, then I would be mentioning here seosanjay.com. Now why this is useful, I'll tell you. People who are looking for, let's say, SEO training, they found my ad in Google, they have visited my page. Why do you think the conversion ratio is only 1, 2, 3%? That's all you'll find. Whether it is Amazon or any big website, if 100 people are clicking on that, only 1, 2, 3, 4 people would only get converted. People who are searching means they are actually interested, but their plans are not immediate. That you need to understand. Especially in India, we have, for purchases or all that, we have advanced planning. Let's say that next week I'll be getting the salary and I'm planning to purchase an expensive mobile. So I would, before few days itself, I'll go into Google and search it, because we are very much particular about the cost. So that's how the nature of Indians is. So I'll go there, search for buy Apple iPhone 12. So I'll visit a particular website because I'm interested, but not now. In the near future, I would want to buy that product. Right now, I'm searching only for research, only for comparison, only for knowledge. So while that I've searched, this is a potential buyer, but it's not an immediate buyer. So your search went to your website, he went to Flipkart, he went to Snapdeal, he went to Amazon, he went to your own website because you have displayed ad, and he has exited. Now, after few days, he is about to get the salary, but his plan may keep on getting postponed. You need to push him. Now, this guy who has got a salary, he may postpone the plan to maybe purchase in the next week or maybe next month. But if I want to advance his purchase, why not I create an ad giving a small offer code? I know this guy has already visited my website. Let's say in my case it is a training institute. So someone who has searched for SEO training institute visited seosanjay.com maybe a few days back. I want to target my ad to him. Why? Because 95% plus customers are the one who did not join my course immediately, though they have shown interest. So to those customers, I will display an ad which is displaying a coupon code. What is that coupon code? March month offer, 2000 rupees discount in the fee. The offer is only for the March month, where the discount in the fee is rupees 2000. Only for limited customers. So what will happen? The people who shown interest, who had a plan in the near future, they will pre-plan. They'll advance their plan. They'll say that, okay, if I join after 1 month, the fees would be 15,000. Right now, it is only 13,000. So they may click my ad and then they may join immediately. So the ads which are coming through remarketing have got a very high conversion ratio. The data analytics says that it is 3 times higher. Targeting that to your own customers gets you 3 times better response. But of course, this option will be useful only when you are spent aggressively without remarketing. First time everybody is a new customer. So you need to gather enough crowd. You must have already spent a lot of money in the advertisement. Then when you have got a set of visitors, let's say 500,000, 2,000 visitors to your website, then this would make sense. So remarketing is not an immediate feature that you can use. You'll have to wait for building up good audience for your website. Yeah, for the start you can target the rival marketing. Whoever are your competitors, you can mention their site addresses. So page URL equals or has any particular word. I can even go with a particular word, let's say contains the word SEO. All the sites where SEO word is there, all the web page URL. You have AND condition or OR condition you can give. So I have OR condition. Even the web pages which are exactly matching SEOsanjay.com. Like that you can give multiple pages. This is a home page. I can even give a starts with. Then all the pages will be covered. Someone has visited internal pages, contact us page, about us page. Okay. So rival marketing plus remarketing. And you have also visited in case you have got multiple conditions. So this is optional. And then choose a pre-filling list starting with an empty one. Google Ads can pre-fill your list with the people who have interacted with your business in the previous 30 days, or you can start with an empty list. So in case people have already visited my website in the last 30 days, you can either target the ads to them. Here I don't have to mention any website. What and all ads that I'm running, I've already put my website address there. So on my ads, whoever has clicked in the last 30 days, to them my new ads will get targeted. Or you say that no, I don't want to target them, I want to start with a fresh list, then it is empty. So as and how that you are getting the crowd here, the list will get filled the latest 30 days. Today someone has visited my site with this condition, but after 31 days, after 30 days he hasn't visited. So what will happen? Next time when I set this condition like that, my ad will not be targeted to him. Hope you are getting this point clear. When I select here, I start with empty list, it means that all the people who have visited so and so pages, they will get filled. I'll be having a buffer where this audience will get filled. So next time when I select this option, all those people who have visited my site, whatever the condition that I've given here, only in the last 30 days, my ad will be targeted only to them. Someone who has visited 40 days back, my ad will not be targeted to them. That means the latest or the fresh audience. But right now I can't select this because I do not have any traffic for my site at all. I first have to build the audience through my ads. First time when I go into the AdWords, I create several campaigns. So once that I've got a sufficient visitors flow, then this option will be useful. In case you want to describe your audience, you can. So people who stay, enter the number of days someone stays in the audience. So it is 30, or you may want to have it only as 10 days. You want to target only the people who have come very recently. So how much recently that you choose here, that much high probability of conversion. But then choosing so less number may be targeted only to very narrow targeted audience. Even if you have 1000 visitors and you select here as 10, maybe your ad will be targeted only to selected 50-70 customers. So you got to have a figure based upon the quantity of people who have visited your website. So let's say 30 is a standard number, 30 days. These figures are important. You can't have days beyond 540. So from online exam perspective, keep these figures in mind. Here I give the description. By this description, because I might have created several audience, when I am creating a campaign, if I want to target this audience or the audience B, audience C, audience D, like that, I can give a description here. Create. Something we have missed here. The audience is created. So these audiences will be shown while that you are creating a campaign. So rather than targeting according to the topics, according to the keywords, according to the placements, according to demographics, you can even choose audience. Custom audience. So what we have seen is the remarketing, but in case you have got a generic audience. Now let's say my own institute SEOsanjay.com stock market training. I've created 3 campaigns, one for algo training, other for investment training, third for short term trading or say intraday trading. But for all these 3 campaigns, I have a common audience. What is that audience? Audience who have shown interest into forex, who have shown interest into stock market, who have shown interest into NSE, BSE, who have shown interest into Nifty, who have shown interest into money control. So I click on plus and I give the name here. Okay. So people in any of these interest or purchase intentions, or people with who are interested with these terms, so any particular term that you have, you can add here. So people who have searched like this, how to start buying shares in the stock market, how to get invested in the stock market. Okay, so these are the people who would definitely be interested in the training. These are the rough estimations. Or people who browse certain types of websites. I want to target people who have visit moneycontrol.com, so their browsing history will be checked. Those people will be targeted for that. People who use so many types of apps, so that app list has to come here. So money control, then you have invest shares. These are some suggestions. Okay, so multiple apps you can select, multiple websites can be selected like this. Okay, or people who visit certain places, location. Okay, this is according to category. So let's say people who often visit hotels. In my case it is institution. So that category is not here, so I need to select in one of these. So say schools. Click on save. So this is the audience that you have created. In case you have got combination of the audience, then you can go with combined audience. So you'll have to click on plus and go for combined audience, give the name. So what all audience you have selected? So the people who have shown interest in SEO and SEM services at the same time who have shown interest in banking and finance. So only when people in their browsing history both of these categories found, only to them my ad will be targeted. You can even give specific topics. So you can give even the specific, there is a topic option. Okay, only in the selected categories. In the browse, okay, so whatever that we created there, that is shown here. This is multiple audience. There is even a search box actually. So like this, you will be able to select multiple conditions. So your ad will be targeted only to the people who have all of this. What and all audience that you have created plus these conditions. So people who are totally addicted or who often search only in and around these topics, to them only your ad will be targeted. All this targeting will definitely improve your conversion factor. In fact, post 1 month of advertisement, I strongly recommend to remove the entire audience and only target remarketing and the audience from this. Maybe your ad will be shown only to the selected people, but the quality of the audience is really good. Every person visiting the website is a potential customer. So make use of this. Among all these tools option, this is the most useful option, that is the audience. Just only focus on custom audience, more than sufficient. Then we have bid strategies. In case you have got a common strategy for all the campaigns, so I click on plus. So let's say maximize clicks is what I am targeting. So set a maximum budget as 50 rupees. So which all campaigns do you want to have this rule? You can select all of them. Rather than going to one campaign and setting it, you can do it like this even in bulk. See. Yeah. So when you go to advanced controls, you want to exclude the data, click on plus. So this is an important statement. Data exclusions are meant to account for outages or major issues relating to conversion tracking. Using them often for long periods could negatively impact smart bidding feature performance. So let's say that negative means no midnight traffic, let's say. Avoid or weekend. So your ad will not be targeted during this time. This is like the exclusion, not inclusion. Okay. So it's applicable for all the campaigns, or any specific campaign you have got, you can select that. Click on save. So for one campaign, this rule will apply. So during this time, that will not get triggered. Okay. Now this is seasonal adjustment, meaning as I told you that during festive seasons, I want to increase the budget of all the campaigns by, let's say, 20%, 30%, the cost price. So I click on new seasonality, I enter the name, so during which time period you want this condition to apply. Let's say weekend itself example. Firstly, the excluded will be given the priority, then the seasonability adjustment. If you have already excluded this crowd here, then though you include here, it will not be shown. Even in the keywords, if you have marked any keywords as negative, and the same keywords you have given while you are creating a campaign, ad will not be displayed because first priority is given to negative. Applicable to all the level. So increase the budget by 20%. Okay, here we just have to mention the what is the excess conversion percentage that you are expecting. I'm expecting, let's say, 50% conversion. That means my conversion which were on 100, which were, let's say, 5, so I'm expecting more than 7. So automatically the bid will get adjusted. Save. So only for that specific 3 days, 2 days that I've selected, this condition will apply. Then you have the negative keyword list. So instead of giving the negative keywords, I, let's say, have some 8 to 10 common keywords which are negative for every campaign that I create. So I need not mention those negative keywords in every campaign. I can just mark it here. This is at account level. So say fraud, free, bad, worst, complaint, expensive. All these are the global negative keywords for me. So I click here, click on plus, list name, something like that. If you do little research in Google, you'll find at least more than 200 keywords which are globally negative keywords. So many keywords are there where we do not want our ad to get displayed. Some sensitive words, mention all of them. Okay, the search volume for them may be very rare, maybe only 1-2 searches a month, but still, why to waste even a single rupee? Why to take a risk of displaying the ads to them? If it is our personal campaign, we can manage. But if you are running an ad for your client, in the reports, if the ads come for those negative keywords, your client will definitely backfire you. Last, why is that my ad was displayed for a keyword which is not authorized at all? You have given him negative publicity, and over that you are charging from him. So such kind of words, so be very particular, mark them even before you start a campaign. These things are important. Rather than giving at campaign level, better give it here, so that we do not miss any negative keyword for any new campaigns that we create in future. So now that multiple negative keywords can be given, while you give the keywords, that list will be shown. You can just select. So once that you select it, all the keywords which are there within that category will get automatically blacklisted. Shared budgets. So in case I've got a common budget for 2 campaigns or 3 campaigns, we have seen how to set a budget at campaign level, but I want to have a budget which is common to multiple campaigns. So client A, client B, client C. So I've created 3 campaigns, campaign A, B, C. But let's say all these 3 campaigns belong to the same client. One campaign for SEO training, other campaign for SEM training, third campaign for stock market training. This client has paid me 5,000, but he did not say 5,000 for SEO, 5,000 for stock market, or 5,000 for SEM. He says that my total budget is 5,000, run all my ads. So there you have a multiple campaigns, but you have a for all the campaigns together you have one budget. That's where you'll be going with the shared budget. So when I click here, click on plus, give a budget name. So average that I want to spend per day 2,000 for all these 3 together. So I click on those multiple campaigns which belong to the same client. Click on save. So existing budget is 3,500 if you add the daily average of this one plus this one plus this one, but you have a restriction of only 2,000. So this will be applicable, not individual. Save. Like this you can set multiple restrictions. Location groups. This is applicable for the people who have franchisee business. Though in case that Sanjay Technologies is located in multiple places in Hyderabad, or maybe one branch is in Vizag, so you have some clients who give the business in the franchisee model, so they may want to target ads only in that kind of area where their shop is present. So let's say in the entire country of India, I've got some 20 setups in various cities, in various states, and I wish to give those locations. I click on location group. I click on plus. See here, all the multiple locations will come here. You can even choose more locations. So from where will this come? Google Business Places. So in the Google Business Places, you will be adding where and all your business is present, where and all your branches are present. Just you have to select them. So I don't have any branches, but in case it is there, then all that will be shown here and you can select it here. So whenever that the ad is displayed, so Google will see the IP address, and whichever location is the nearest, that location will be shown. So mainly applicable for the people who have got branches or franchisee outlets, like say Thick Shake Mafia, Cafe Coffee Day. Placement exclusion list. Now this is useful in case we have seen the negative keywords, but maybe that some websites are negative for you, and here if you think logically, the negative websites or apps or say YouTube channels or URLs is nothing but your own list. What will happen? Someone is already visiting SEOsanjay.com. Your site is relevant to SEO and you have displayed Google ads in your website. So within your website, you are going to get SEO Sanjay ad. Why? Because I've given the space to Google AdSense. And while creating an ad, I've said that please display my ad into all the websites which are relevant to SEO. So what Google will do is going to display my ad into my own website. So I'm losing the when the person is already there in my site. Why should I display my ad to him? Why should I display my video to the people who are already visiting my channel, who are already my subscriber? Why should I display that to the people who are already using my app? Anti-remarketing. So that has to be placed into placement exclusion list. So when I click here, it will ask me for various websites, apps or videos. So list name, so what is the YouTube channel? Let's say Sanjay Technology. Channel name is different. The channel name is okay, don't remember the channel name, but let's say some channel SEO. So when you search with your channel, definitely be finding here. So there are so many videos here. I do not want the ad to be displayed in my own channel. That will not get displayed here. This is applicable for all the campaigns. Likewise, I do not want to display the ads into my own website. My site is not shown here. So I don't want to display into seosanjay.com. I don't want to display into birthday wishes. $99.com. So wherever you have given the space for Google Ads, remember Google AdSense. So within my website, I've given the space for Google AdSense so that I make money from the traffic, but not to display my own ads, some other ads, because my purpose is to make income with the traffic. Like that, you can give websites, you can give even apps also. Let's say Byju is my app. I don't want to display my ad to the people who are opening Byju, that who are in the Byju. That means my ad will not be displayed in the Byju app, but in the remarketing I may have selected people who have visited that site. So understand the difference here. Why is it not showing? You need to give the entire URL of that app. Okay, some URL will be there in the Play Store. That entire URL you can give. Let us quickly do it. So Control C, copy the URL, place it here. Okay, here. So like this, you'll be able to even avoid that coming into apps, websites, videos, YouTube channels, whatever. Click on save. So inclusion, we know how to do it. This is exclusion. Then you have the performance planner. So click on plus new plan. So what is that? No forecastable campaigns available. That means only once that you have run an ad and there's a sufficient report here, you can experiment. If I increase my budget by 500 rupees a day, what will be the impact? How many more clicks I can expect? How many more conversions I can expect? How many more impressions I can expect likewise? So this is only possible when you have got sufficient data once that your ads have run. Keyword planner that we have already seen. Reach planner is applicable to YouTube. So it is still in beta testing, not yet launched. Like we have got a keyword planner for search engine Google. So there is going to be one for Reach planner where we can see for any video or for any channel how the visitors flow is and all that. So this will still take time. Even if you sign in, it won't be accessible. Comes to the same page, so we'll have to wait for this to get launched. Ad preview and diagnosis. If you want to see, let's say you are displaying an ad in the search engine for any particular keyword, rather than going to Google and typing that keyword, because that may take it as an impression. By mistake you may click on that, but you want to see it in a virtual window. So then click on ad preview and diagnosis. You can see how your ad will look like for various keywords, whether your ad is appearing or not. So enter the keyword term here, let's say that SEO training. So this is a live report. Rather than directly going to Google, I can search here. Your ad is not running. Okay. So if it is running, it will be shown here how the preview of your ad is. Because my ads are not running, it is not showing here, otherwise it would see. So you'll be able to see how the extensions are shown, whether description is shown appropriately or not. So even if you click here, this will not be counted as a click. Okay, so it's only a preview mode. Okay, so this is all these tools have got to offer. Just 1-2 points you can note it down. The negative keywords list and placement exclusion list. Alright, so now what we are left out with is the Quora ads, Facebook ads. Okay, Facebook and Instagram is same. So Quora, then Twitter as well as Facebook. 90% of the terms and the functionality is same. So just we got to understand how the user interface is. So tomorrow, last class, will wind up with the all the remaining topics. So tomorrow is the end of your batch. So any questions, doubts in today's session, please make use of the audio control.